record. Awesome. Well, welcome to the mid-month, where are we? July Schaffy-Wright area goal setting call. I'm super excited. This is something we're going to start doing at the beginning of the month for our area, which is so crazy. If you were on the team call last night, they were giving shout out to top area sponsoring. So that's a shout out to all of you, because we were in the top area sponsoring, like number 3, I believe, which was super exciting. So that all comes back to setting goals at the beginning of the month and keeping them in front of you. We are currently using the monthly team activity tracker. So I'm gonna share my screen here. If you're not familiar, if you're new on the call, I will show you what that looks like here. So that is on our Changing Lives Nations WordPress page here. So if you have not seen it, it's actually down under Getting Into Activity and under Monthly Activity Tracker. So this is what it looks like. This is what we'll use. Within the first 3 days of the month, we will be doing these goal setting calls. So it's a really good sheet to kind of keep track of that 30 faces. Who am I talking to, and sharing the full Arbonne story. The team QV. So if you're a team of 1, that's whatever you're doing at this point. If you have, a couple of people working with you, that is you plus whatever your PQV, the personal QV, plus whatever your team tells you they're going to do. So that's super exciting. What's super helpful here is it kind of walks you through, is it going to help me get into DM qual, which is a minimum of 1,000 PQV or 2,500 success line volume. Promote to DM, so that's 6,000 over 1 or 2 months, or 7,500 over 3 months, and I'll go over that sheet in just a second. DM bonus, so on and so forth. So super great, because it talks through, what are we filling our calendar with? Personal events, one-on-ones. And so these are just a couple different ideas of how to share the business with people. Getting reorders if you have preferred clients and clients in your system already. This is a great, letting people know about their renewals, which you can find on the website, their rewards, all that good stuff. I do birthday specials. It kind of varies. I'm not going to lie, I haven't been super consistent with it. It varies. I try to do it with something that, if it's going to be me giving them something, if I can, I do like a hand cream or whatever, something that's QV building. Otherwise, I've done it in the past too, where if I find that I have people who have a birthday this month, I'll offer them my discount. And so I just place their order under my 35% discount under my thing, and then just ship it to them. So that's an idea for you. Sending thank you to new PCs. So if you had new PCs from last month, making sure that you get those thank you cards sent out. Auto ship, following up within those 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. So something that's really cool right now in July and moving forward, it says here to build your team, inviting PCs or preferred clients with consistent orders or larger orders to take a look at the business. So Arbonne is in the process of taking away the 1,200 yearly minimum. So what that means is, let's say you sign someone up and they only had, let's say, 1,000 over the course of the year, they would still be able to keep their consultant ID as long as they renew for that $30 renewal fee. So that's kind of exciting. What's also super exciting, it's not live yet this month. It's going to be soon, as far as I know, is those of us who have consultants who have been consultants with us in the past, but maybe they're 12 months plus that bonus month is gone. They're getting a grace period right now where Arbonne is saying, hey, if you pay your $30 to renew your consultant ID, they're going to give them a 2-month trial, or actually, I think they are doing it free if I'm not mistaken. So during that 2-month trial, they have 2 months, and over that 2 months, if they get $300 PQV under their ID, they're actually going to get to stay a consultant for the next 12 months. So that's super cool. So I know personally, I have a couple of people who are in that. Fundraisers, personally, myself, I'm doing a fundraiser right now. For every box of Fizz Sticks I'm selling, because I am making anywhere from a 15 to 35% commission on that, I'm just seeing 100% of commissions on my every box of fizz sticks sold will go towards my fundraiser that I'm doing this month. So that's an idea. If you haven't already, make sure to check out Up Close on the Source. It's not technically called Up Close anymore, but if you log into the Source, it's like right there with all the new stuff. The team incentives. So this month, Arbonne is doing the same thing that we did last month, where it's 2,500 new and you. So that's anything your preferred clients, or yourself order. That adds up to 2,500 PQV. 2,500 QV. And then if you sign up a new consultant, let's say they sign up with a full business order, whatever that is too, and anything that's attached to them, that all counts as new and you. And when you sign up, that plus one new consultant with a 250 start order, a minimum. The book of the month for July is actually Making the First Circle Work. However, I know some of you are reading Go Pro, which is super awesome. My new mission as we continue to grow our area into a region is to get Go Pro into the hands of every new consultant that I start. So I'll let you guys know when I'm doing that next order, and we can get in on those and maybe get a discount on shipping and all that good stuff. So that's kind of going to be my super excited for you. Here's how we do the business, because it's super amazing. 10 SubCloud trainings and Learn and Burns. I did send one out that's attached to, that was attached to the email that kind of talked about doing this goal setting. So please make sure to listen to that if you haven't. Arbonne success stories, those are going to be, I'm going to be starting to share those again in the Licensed Nations page. So make sure you are taking a peek at that. Just here, the Licensed Nation, I'll be sharing those success stories. If you don't want to wait, go to success.arbonne.com and you will see those success stories there. Checking our inventory, just kind of going over our samples. What we are doing, because Arbonne now has these awesome bags, the green bags, I think it's under business aids on the website. So I just ordered some today. It's a 25 pack for $5. And so it's big enough where it can fit a catalog in it. It can fit everything that we have been putting in our samples. So the RE9, the one nutrition sample, one fizz stick sample. And then if it's, specialized, maybe they have a baby or whatever, you can throw that in there too. So super great. Just an awesome document. Allows us to say, okay, I've shared it with, Jessica, and I've shared it with Connie, and you can start writing your names. And so if you're looking at yours, and seeing that you don't have anyone on there that you've told the story to, it's a pretty good kick in the butt at this mid-month to get going with that. So just to recap the Changing Lives website, there's something on there that's called, under Get Money on that same page, under Monthly Activity Tracker, it's called How to Promote to District Manager. So I just want to recap that, because personally what I'm doing now, as I am in month 2 of promotion status as area manager, what I am doing is I'm actually relaunching my business. And so people that I've reached out to in the past, I'm going to reach out to them and just let them know, hey, I got an exciting new promotion. I'd love for you to take a look and just hear more about what that entails for me. So basically I'm going back to square one, which is super exciting. And I'm using this fast tracked district to essentially take myself and re-promote myself to district, which in itself is going to continue growing my business. So if you're on the call and you're a consultant right now, this is a super great sheet. I highly recommend getting on it. And why promote? Because there's an 8% override. There's a opportunity for a $200 bonus, attracting more business partners, helping others promote. And then it kind of talks about what do you need to promote. So 6,000, like I said, in total qualifying volume over 1 month or 2 months, or 7,500 over 3 months. So that's you and whoever is joining your team, which is super exciting. 1,000 of that does have to be personal qualifying. So that's whatever you and your direct clients and preferred clients do. How can you do that? Scheduling 6 to 8 group presentations per month. The goal goal at every group presentation is to help individuals find that best fit. So our job is to be super, super passionate about what we're sharing and let people know how genuinely excited we are to share this with them. But with each of those or the one-on-ones to find out, are they a business partner? Are they going to be a host, or are they going to be a customer? And if it's none of those, then who do they know who's looking for extra time or money, or even healthier products? So thinking of it this way, you only need 20 orders of 150 to get that 3,000 in volume. Aiming for 5 people at each event is going to help us get there. So super exciting. Kind of what this looks like, 16 district managers equals regional vice president level. As many of you know on the call, or maybe you don't if you're watching the recording, my direct sponsor, Lisa License, just promoted a region the same month I promoted to area. Her region celebration, her car celebration is on the 27th of July. So even if you can't be there, if you can be there, make sure to get people there if you're serious about growing your business. That is a huge, huge, huge like third party deal. I will be there with bells on and my dancing shoes. Let me tell you that much. So that is super, super exciting. Quick little story about Lisa. When I started my business 3 years ago, Lisa was not my direct sponsor. She was at the first event I went to, but she was not my direct sponsor. There were actually, there were 5 people in between me and Lisa, 5 people, and not one of those 5 people is still in the business. So let me tell you what, Lisa and I persisted, and here we are, and both, actually she's promoted 2 levels now since that day I first met her, and so super exciting, as have I. So super exciting. Creating your dream team. This is super important in looking at your goals. Who are your dream team? Who are those people that are super motivated? Like, what are the characteristics that you're looking for? And when relaunching, and this is again what I'm doing, or launching at the beginning, we're looking for those 2 big launch events and a take a look event. And so getting those down on the calendar immediately, and keeping in mind that in the summer, especially, sooner events work better. So what I mean by that, an example is last month I sent out a text and said, hey, I'm going for a huge goal. Just curious if you'd be able to help me out. No big deal. Keep it super simple. She confirmed with me at 9:30 on Sunday night, and we had her event at 7 o'clock on Monday, and it turned out to be a $750 event, and have another event that booked from it, as well as a potential business builder who's continuing to take a look at the business. So super, super great to do last minute events, because people know what they're doing on Thursday. Like, they know what they're doing 2 days from now. The other thing is events hosted by 3 friends in the next 30 days. And so that, again, that gets you your 6, and kind of walks you through that as a new consultant, or any, even if you've been a consultant for a little while, you have the opportunity for the independent cash bonus. This ties in directly with the incentive that's going on this month as well. So that 2,500 success line volume, and sponsor 2 preferred clients and or independent consultants. So there's a little bit in the way of volume differences, but that also gets you $100 bonus plus that 6% override. So super great to be going for that. In terms of goals, our kind of thing, which again ties into everything that we're going for, is that 2,500 new and you. So thinking of that, if you are doing that golden brick, when you're doing that golden brick, it's the power of duplication. So you show your teammate how to do that, and if there's 2 of you doing it, it's 5,000 in volume in month 2. If that person does it again, or when that person does it again, you do it again, plus your new person does it, plus the person you signed last month does it, that's 10,000 in volume. So that's area qualification right there, plus you finished district, and so on and so forth. So you can see it's not always perfect. It doesn't always work like this. But when you do your 2,500, knowing you, your team is more likely to do that as well. So it just duplicates and duplicates, and it's crazy. So that on the website is super, super helpful, you guys. I went back and actually did the getting started checklist again last night, listened to all of these 4 calls here. So making sure you're checking in regularly. So just to go back to goals and go back to that goal setting sheet, the activity tracker. So personal events. So essentially what you're looking for when setting your goals is you're looking for, okay, like what do I want to do? If I want to promote to district this month and I'm a brand new consultant, that's 6,000 in volume. A typical full business startup order has been averaging about 1,500 in volume. So if you think of that, if you have 1 new person plus 5 new at 250, and then, whatever else you have from there, personal events average 500. So if you think I'm doing, 6 personal events times 500, there's your 3,000. One-on-ones are averaging 150. So that's kind of where that 222 system comes into play. Healthy happy hours are personal events. It's just kind of like a different theme that you could take, asking someone to host an event for you, promoting the 30-day The Healthy Living. This summer, I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of people are doing like the 10-day challenge. I'm actually doing a 10-day. And so what they're doing is they're just plugging people into that order, and plugging them into the 30 days website, the Facebook page, and doing that from there. So I can share with you real quick what that looks like for the 10-day. I just shared it in my VIP group yesterday, I believe. Let's see here. Okay, so the 10-day, you're replacing 2 meals a day. So it's 1 bag of protein, 1 box of Digestion Plus, 1 box of tea, 1 box of Fizz Sticks, and 1 bag of fiber. So of course that's going to vary. If it's a new preferred client, they'll get something free and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of get that. If you have questions that, please let me know. Local Discover Arbonne events, I am looking at doing one both in Grand Rapids towards the end of the month and in Duluth. So I will let you know dates on that. Zoom calls. We've got the Changing Lives website, Facebook page. If you're not on that, make sure to get with your sponsor and get on that. Sample packs. Again, that's that green bag, like having that ready to go at all times. I take that with me everywhere so that it's ready because you never know who you're going to run into when you're like at dance class or whatever. So super exciting. But yeah, so going for that 2,500 brick is like your golden brick. The other thing, in one of the calls that Lisa posted, I believe the lady was talking about white and blue. So I have my big old whiteboard here, and it just so happens that I wrote it in blue marker, which is super awesome, but it kind of breaks it down. Like, what are my personal events here I'm working on? I've actually got another one I need to add to there. But on my personal goal there, if you can see, is 7. And then it has the to-do. So like, what do I have to do to achieve my goals? I have visions of our team doing 25,000 this month. So, that's going to take a lot of activity from me personally, and then just checking in with all of you wonderful people to see where your goals are at. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and just wrap this up, wrap up the recording. So I will be on for a couple seconds here after if you have any questions. But if you can get me your goals by 9 p.m. tomorrow night, that would be super awesome so that I can go ahead and update those and send those to Lisa. And again, the reason we're doing this as an area, because as you all promote to area, you'll want to start doing that with your team, because obviously Lisa right now has a region, so she has a lot of people on her team and is still continuing to grow her team. So I want to be able to give you all one-on-one support. So as we do this in the future, we'll be doing it within the first 3 days of the month, and we'll be able to do it a little bit more, hey, here's what you're doing, we'll walk through it, what are your goals and that and such. So if you can get me your goals in the next, for the last 2 weeks of the month here, we've got a huge second half of the month, super exciting. With all that is possible. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the recording and then I'll be on for questions. There's my recording here. Stop share. There we go. Stop